What is up? How's everybody doing today? I'm so ready for more of this game. I love it so much. Even replaying it and knowing everything, just experiencing the characters and stuff. Love it. I'm doing good, Cheeky. How are you? How's everybody? Everybody having a good Father's Day? Do anything special? Ate some pizza? Heck yeah. Doing pretty great. We celebrated Father's Day early, so had my parents, my three brothers, and then one of my brothers is married, so my sister-in-law. We were all hanging out. We got a bunch of cold cuts, just made sandwiches. And then we played Clue, which I love. I love board games. Clue is one of my favorites, so we played a couple rounds of that. Cross, you watched the Flintstones with your dad? Awesome. Classic. Sandwiches and Clue for me. The perfect day. And we watched some baseball too, because everybody likes baseball except me, but that's okay. I don't like sports all that much. I'll watch them though. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna let the beginning of this trial play again, the beginning of this case play again, and then we'll start from there. So I'm gonna mute myself and let's see this one more time. There it is again. Pretty brutal. Yeah, it must have hurt. When the music starts playing, let me know how my voice volume is with the game audio, please. Thank you. She said her sister was coming over, so we should all go out for dinner. What's that smell? Blood? Yeah, maybe she's in our office. That smell, blood. Someone sobbing. Sis. Someone's there. Chief? Chief? Chief! Who are you? Okay. The strange girl dropped out cold. I left her lying on the office sofa. I went back to the chief where she lay under the window. Her blood was still warm. I could feel it when I held her shoulder. Then, all too quickly, it began to fade, until finally she was cold. Alright. What should we examine? You guys are running this investigation. How's that? A little bit more. That should do it. Let me know. I'm gonna keep saying it, but I love the music in this game so much. Like, every track is just a banger. The sad songs, the happy songs, the creepy songs, they're all good. A little bit more. Gotcha. I hate this. I just need a better mic is all. It doesn't pick up my voice very well. So I just sound super low all the time. How about now? It's on the list. After I get a new capture card, then I'm gonna get a new microphone. Or a headset in general. Perfect, thank you. Now, where should we investigate? What should we examine? There's a large building right across from the office. The Gatewater Hotel, a nice, luxurious place. So that's all we get for the window. hotel across the way. Next to her, like the weapon, or at least we think the weapon based on the video. Hello again, Ayumu. You ready to help solve this crime? Looks like the chief is dead. So I'm just letting you guys pick where I examine to get clues. So if you guys say something, I will examine that. So this side of the room, so I'll let you look at that as well. So what shall I examine? The weapon. It's encrusted with dried blood. So yeah, this is probably the weapon. How ironic that this became the murder weapon again. Yeah, this was in the first case. Alright, we got that. What's next? Thinking cap on? Yes, please. Alright, the desk. No clues here. So let's do near the desk. The Fay & Co. ledger book. Everything is written in the chief's ultra-neat handwriting. It's a small office, but it makes a good bit of money. Surprisingly, the chief was never good with machines. That all she used this PC for was email. She picked up this ancient model at some garage sale for practically nothing. The phone? Right, I'd better call the police. Yeah, if you ever come across a body, call the police. That's funny. A few of the screws on the receiver are missing. It looks like someone was halfway through taking it apart. Police! Please, come quick. What was that? Someone screaming from outside the window? She's staring right at me. She's holding a phone in her hand. So whoever that was just called the police, it seems. Let's move back. That girl just now, where'd she go? I put her right there on that sofa. Uh-oh. I hope she didn't run on me. Yipes. Don't scare me like that. Excuse me, but who are you? It's okay, I work here. Maya Fay. Maya Fay? seems to be in shock. I don't want to disturb her, but I have to know. Excuse me. Can you tell me what happened? I came in, the room was dark, and sis. So she was already dead. So you're the chief's sister. I'm her younger sister. And you were here visiting this late at night? Yes, she said she wanted me to keep some evidence for her. Evidence? Yes. It was that clock. It was the thinker. Let's move back to the office. Let's move here. So we talked to her, now let's examine. We only have our badge to show, so maybe we'll show her the badge. I'm sorry, I've never seen that before. Alright, that doesn't help. Maybe we'll present her sister's profile. We can't. She doesn't care about the badge. Let's move back to the office. I think we'll examine. Oh no, he was about to call the police. Let's see if the phone does anything. The phone receiver is missing a few screws. Yeah, remember that. The phone is taken apart, it seems. We didn't look at the chief, did you? It's hard seeing her like this. If there are any clues here. She was struck on the head with a blunt object. She probably died instantly. The thinker lying next to her must have been a murder weapon. There we go. That's what we needed. We didn't check the body. There are some glass shards near the chief's body. Must be pieces of the glass stand lying broken in the back of the room. Yeah, you see that thing's broken? So let's get some evidence. Nothing else. It seems like a clue here. A piece of paper. It must have fallen from Mia's hand. What could it be? Let's check the paper. A word is written in blood on the scrap of paper. Maya. Did Mia write this? I knew to do it, but I totally just brain farted and forgot that we need to do it. This piece of paper is just a receipt from a department store dated yesterday. Wait a second. Maya. Was Mia trying to tell us something about that girl? I think I'd better show her the receipt. I never thought there'd be a use for evidence like this outside the courtroom. Yep, we don't need to be in court to show people evidence and get info. I think that's enough snooping around for now. I'd better call the police and find out what that girl was doing here. Alright. Welcome back, Cross. We just got some evidence. We're gonna go call the police. But first, we want to show Maya some evidence. Ew, brain fart. Before Mia died, she wrote a message with her own blood. She wrote it on the back of this receipt. That's my name. Why? Why would she write my name? Please, just calm down. Why would sis write my name? Uh-oh, now I've done it. Ah. The police. Sounds like they're coming this way. Freeze, police! Alright, I'm Detective Dick Gumshoe, see? Gumshoe, what an odd name. We received a report from the building across the way, see? We got a person saying they saw a murder. It must have been that woman I saw. That very pink woman. Anyway, I don't want either of you moving an inch, okay? Great, just great. Maya, wait, she wouldn't have... Nah. Whoa! Excuse me. This word Maya here mean anything to you? It's my name. What? The victim drew this here note with her own blood, see? With her dying breath, she wrote down the killer's name. Right when they worded the police siren noises. Case closed, you're coming down to the precinct, ma'am. What? Mia's younger sister, Maya, was arrested on the spot. I was taken in for questioning and didn't get out until the next morning. My eyes were heavy, but I couldn't sleep. I sat around, waiting for visiting hours to begin at the detention center. Wee woo, wee woo. I had to talk to Maya as soon as possible. The detention center. Wow, they have poor Maya locked up like a criminal. The lawyer. Good morning. Good morning. She looks so tired. Are you going to be my attorney? Well, that's what I wanted to talk to you about. What should we say? What do you guys think? Sorry, not a chance. First response I see is what we'll do. Of course I will. First things first, I better get her cheered up. Yeah, of course I will. Cheer up. Really? Whoa, did I say the wrong thing? She looks sadder now. What's wrong? You don't think I can do it? No, no one could. Who would believe me? Even you, when you found me in the office, you looked at me like I had done it. Did I look at her like that? No, I never thought. It's okay, I understand. And I've also heard about you. Heard? Heard what about me? I was talking to my sister on the phone the other day. Today was my junior partner's first time in court. Wow, really? How'd that go? It was quite the scene. Honestly, I was on edge the whole time. It's been a while. Huh. So he crashed and burned? He's a genius. She's saying this about me. Phoenix Wright. One of those strike fear into the hearts of evil types. The only thing he's lacking is experience. Sounds like it was fun. Well, I know who to go to if I ever get into trouble now. I don't know, Maya. I think you might want to wait. Give him 3 more years. That is, unless you want to be found guilty. Ooh. It's kind of a burn on me, jeez. Alright, Chief. That's what she said. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to trouble you. No, it's okay. It's true, I guess. But at the same time, I can't just sit and watch. When I think of the person who did this to Mia... I know. There's something I've been wanting to ask you. Yes. What's with that outfit? Yeah. Oh, this? This is what all acolytes wear. It's my uniform, you could say. Acolytes? Like people in religious training? What is it you do? Oh, it's nothing strange, really. I'm a spirit medium. In training. A spirit medium? I'm pretty sure that qualifies as strange. Could you tell me about the day of the murder? Yes, let's see. That morning, I got a call from my sister. She wanted me to hold on to a piece of evidence for her for an upcoming trial. Evidence? Yes. That clock shaped like the thinker. The one Larry made. How could that have been evidence in a case? Right, she said something about that. I remember. Do you want to hear it in her own voice? Her own voice? Yes. I'm pretty sure our conversation is on my cell phone. You recorded it? Yeah. I forgot how to delete those things. So you say you have a conversation with your sister on your cell phone. Let's hear it. Right. Oh. I just remembered that detective took my cell phone. Sorry. Oh, right. Oh, of course. Next time I see Detective Gumshoe, I'll ask him for it. I'll write you a note so you don't forget, okay? Sure, thanks. Got a memo to get her phone. So you're an acolyte. A medium in training. That's right. The Fae family, especially the women, have always been very sensitive to the spirit world. Wait a second, you said the Fae family? So Mia was into this stuff too? Of course. She left the mountain to follow her career, she said. Her powers were first class too. I had no idea. Wait, what? So you're a real, honest-to-goodness spirit medium? With ESP and all that? Yes, in training. Well, can't you contact me as spirit then? We can just ask her who killed her. I'm sorry, I'm still in training. I couldn't do something on that level. I thought that would be too easy. Something the matter? I was wondering, could I ask you a favor? This is the address of a famous lawyer. My sister gave me this a long time ago. She said if I was ever in trouble, I should call him. And, well, I'm in trouble. Do you think you could go ask him to represent me? Accept or refuse. She wants us to get another lawyer to help her. Sometimes you get some funny dialogue, depending on what you say. Should we refuse her? Detention music is good. Detention center music is good. I'm gonna accept. I'll go ask. Thank you so much. I have no one else to turn to. Say, what about your parents? Yeah, Cross, you can answer for that stuff too. It's more like, I guess the trial-based stuff where I want other people to try to... But something like that you can always answer. Alright, so she doesn't talk about her parents. Don't worry, leave it to me. Thank you. The trial's tomorrow at 10. What, tomorrow? Tomorrow. What if this guy refuses? They told me that if I don't find one, the state will pick an attorney to defend me. When will that happen? They're giving me until 4 this afternoon. Visiting hours are almost up. I better hurry. Right, I'll be right back. Let's just... Tell me about the day of the murder. Sorry, I know it must be hard. No, it's okay. All I've been doing the last few hours is talking about it. I've kind of gotten used to it. Let's see, that morning I got a call from my sister. She wanted me to hold on to a piece of evidence for an upcoming trial. That's the thinker clock Larry made. It practically qualifies as a serial murderer by now. That's true. Got you, Ayumu, no worries. So then, when did you arrive at the office? It was right around 9. The lights were off and I could smell blood. That's when I found her, my sister. Thanks, Maya. That's all I need to hear for now. Alright, now in my hint, when I hinted about this game, I mentioned that he moves quickly because you just hit literally the word move, and you just move to wherever you need to go. It's like he's teleporting around, so he's pretty quick. It was also another way to throw you guys into thinking it was Sonic. Alright, Grossberg Law Offices. According to the receptionist, the big boss is out. She couldn't say when he'd be back. It must be hard to keep track of everything when you're a famous lawyer. Not to mention run an office like this. I guess I'll just have to come back later. Should we examine anything while we're here? Let me know. I mean, if you think about it, Phoenix Wright might be faster than Sonic. You see how fast I went from, like, the law offices to the detention center to this office? Does anything catch your guys' eye? Examine. What do people want me to examine? It's a pretty neat office. Plant. An expensive potted plant. No idea what kind of plant it is, but it's probably the most expensive one available. So, an expensive plant. Desk. A solid mahogany desk. The wood's been polished to a deep luster. It's a nice desk. Much better than mine I'm looking at right now, I'll tell you that. Lamp. No clues here. Alright, so nothing about the lamp. The couch. No clues here. Nothing about the couch. Nothing else catches anybody's eye? Aha, across the painting. That painting has been bugging me ever since I stepped in here. The oil paint is so thick it's practically giving me a stuffed nose. I'm sure the price is nothing to sneeze at either, for that matter. So, very expensive painting, very expensive desk, plant. So it seems this lawyer is pretty loaded. Now, we didn't meet the lawyer yet, so we can't go back to Maya, so let's head back over here. The office is filled with police officers. They're all busily searching for clues. Hey, you there. This is a crime scene, pal. No trespassing. Sorry. Don't I know you from somewhere? Wait, you're that Butts guy, aren't you? No, Phoenix Wright. How could anyone mistake me for Larry? Guess I got the wrong name, Mr. Wright. Sorry about that. That Butts guy, he was a killer. And you're no killer, right? He was proven innocent. Right. And you were? What should we, call him? 1, 2, or 3? Detective Gumshoe, Detective Suede Shoes, Detective Gumtree. We know the right answer, but what should we actually call him? One? Gumshoe, wasn't it? Dick Gumshoe? Right, at your service. Hang on, that's Detective Gumshoe to you, pal. Anyway, get the name right. And don't go calling me Dick. Hey, Dick, get over here. Yes, sir. Be right there. You're a lawyer, right, pal? If you got business here, you'd better do it quick. He thinks I'm Maya's lawyer. Alright. Let's talk about Mia. About Miss Faye. Did you do an autopsy? You want to know the results, huh? Now don't look at me like that, pal. It's no use. She might have been your boss, but that doesn't mean you get any special treatment. Alright, you can see the report, but that's all. Alright, she's just gonna give me the report after saying no. Detective Gumshoe is probably my favorite character, like, in this whole series. About Maya. Yeah, I'm looking forward to the trial. Sorry, pal. This is one trial you aren't going to win. Why do you say that? The city's put Prosecutor Edgeworth on the prosecution. Edgeworth. I'm sure you know what that means, you being a lawyer and all. Hate when there's gum on your shoe? Yeah, that's the worst. Prosecutor Edgeworth. That's right, pal. Mr. Miles Edgeworth himself. Wait, you do know him, don't you? I'm just gonna say, of course I do here. I know him. He's a feared prosecutor. He doesn't feel pain. He doesn't feel remorse. He won't stop until he gets his guilty verdict. Aw, don't talk about him that way. You make him barely sound human. Still, I'm afraid this pretty much decides the case. So Edgeworth is on this one. He hasn't lost a case since he became prosecutor at the incredibly young age of 20. Of course, there are rumors of back-alley deals and forged evidence. All I know for sure is that Edgeworth hates crime with an almost abnormal passion. I never imagined I'd be facing him so soon. And then we will also show him Maya's memo, right, about her phone. So let's do present. I was wondering, did you see Maya Faye's cell phone? Oh, that? I have that. Do you think you could give it back? Sure, I mean, wait a second, pal. Tricky lawyer. Uh-oh, he's on to me. I'll let you guys decide this one. Do we stick with honesty, or do we fudge the truth a little bit? Tell him straight, tell him not so straight. He says tell him straight. If I tell him why I want it, there's no way he'll give it to me. Something the matter? Oh no, it's just, you know, detective. Nope, I know nothing, pal. That cell phone has a lot of numbers on it, like her boyfriend's. A cell phone holds all a little girl's sweetest and spiciest secrets. You're trying to confuse me. Sorry, pal. I already checked all the numbers in memory. Impressive, you're quite the detective. Uh-huh. Oh, here, you can have the phone back. There weren't any suspicious call records in there, after all. Seems he didn't notice the recorded conversation. Alright, that worked out. Check the court record to hear the recorded conversation. We just heard it, so I think that's okay for now. I guess I've asked all the questions I need to. You all done, pal? Yes, thank you. I'll be heading out now. Oh, wait. One more thing I wanted to mention to you. I don't suppose you're planning on talking to that witness. Anyway, you'd better not. No influencing the witness with your lawyerly ways, pal. Come to think of it, I had completely forgotten about her. Okay, Phoenix, sure you did. Wink, wink. The witness? Yeah, Miss April May. I'm sorry about this, but I can't tell you anything about her. Well, you just told me her name. Miss May, huh? So you've seen her home already then? Or you've sent her home already then? Aha, you're trying your lawyerly tricks on me now. She's not to go outside her room until the trial. So she's still in the hotel across the way. I guess I should know better than try to get a detective to leak information. You got that right, pal. Time to pay a visit to Miss May. So, we just tricked him into giving us all that information. Let's go pay a visit to the hotel. Well, hello there, handsome. Very pink. Hi. Smooth, right? Real smooth. You're the lawyer, aren't you? The detective told me. He said, don't say nothing to that lawyer, pal. Tee. Memo to self. Thank Detective Gumshoe for making my job harder. This is all like something out of a movie. It's also exciting, I can hardly contain myself. Ooh, let me go freshen up so I can look the part of the beautiful eyewitness. I pity the lawyer that has to cross-examine this one. Alright, looks like while she's gone, we can check out her room. What should we look at? There are a couple very interesting things here. This song is even kind of like fun. Pretty nice room. Oh, the dresser. You see something? There's a screwdriver stuck in this drawer. I wonder what's inside. Let's take a look. Hey. Hey. What are you doing? No touching. Ooh, bad boy. You really shouldn't pry around in other people's rooms now. You wouldn't want to make me upset, would you? Upset? I thought she was going to explode for a second there. I wonder what could be inside the drawer. So we can't look at the drawer, we can look at the table. A bottle and 2 glasses are on the table. Somebody must be staying with her. Alright, let's talk to her now. Do you think you could tell me something? I need you to describe what you observed at the time of the incident. Ooh, observe, incident. You sound just like a lawyer in the movies. I like a man with a big vocabulary. Better not encourage her. You know that thing that happened the other day? The bad thing? She is all pink. What did you see when it happened? I don't suppose you could tell me about it. Pretty please? Let me see, well, dream on. If you want to know, you'll just have to come to the court tomorrow, Mr. Lawyer. Oh boy. Could you... Just who exactly are you? Oh, Mr. Lawyer, are you hitting on me? No, hey, I'm just doing my job here. You know, you're cute when you blush. Believe me, this is the first time in my life I've blushed this much. Right, can you just tell me what it is you do? Well, no. And you had your little hopes up, didn't you? Oh boy, she's pretty freaking annoying. She is very pink, that's for sure. I think I know her favorite color. I see there are 2 glasses on the table. Is someone staying here with you? Right across? Yeah. Ooh, what amazing powers of observation. You must be one of those famous detectives like on television. Oh no, not me. I'm just a lawyer. Say, Mr. Big Detective, why don't you go look for clues in the garbage, hmm? Miss May doesn't like nosy little lawyers. Oh boy. So... her heart buttons are pretty cute. Is there anything we should show her? Or any person we should show her? Doesn't seem like she wants to tell us anything. You guys pick. Should I present stuff? Should I move on? See what happens? We still have to give Maya her phone back. She was only 27. Horrible. Her sister is 17. Big Gum, she was 30. Miles Edgeworth is 24. She's 23. Want to show her the cell phone? Let's see. Go to present. It's pink, she might like it, right? Excuse me, but I'm a witness? Police witness? You understand? How could I possibly give you any information in good conscience? Hmm? Me, the witness. It's just like the movie. Looks like nothing's really gonna get her talking. That was a good idea. I'm surprised there isn't a little, like, dialogue about how it's pink and she likes it. Let's go back to Maya with the phone. What is it? Did you meet the lawyer? Sorry, I haven't seen him yet. I see. I'd better go see if I can find this elite lawyer she's talking about. Oh, okay, let's go see if the lawyer is in. Seems like Mr. Grossberg is out. Well, maybe I should just wait here for him to come back. Ahem! That wasn't the most over-the-top clearing of the throat I've ever heard. Aha, so you're the one they say has been looking for me. Yes, that's me. He looks even grander than I imagined. That badge on your collar. So you're a lawyer, are you now? Yes, well, yes. And what do you want? I'm not particularly busy these days. Please, proceed. Not busy? Then how come no one could get in touch with you? Something the matter? You came to see the one and only Marvin Grossberg, did you not? Well, here I am, boy. What do you want? Out with it. Well, sir, actually, it's about Maya. Maya Fey. Ah, yes. Maya Fey. Go on. Why the strange reaction? Acha-cha. I'm really quite busy here, son. I can't go taking cases on a day's notice. No, it's quite impossible. Wait a second. How did you know the trial was tomorrow? Anyway, I'm afraid it's entirely impossible for me to represent her. Sorry, end of discussion. What's going on? He refused me before I even got a chance to ask him. What do I tell Maya? So this guy said he wasn't busy, and then all of a sudden he's too busy. Pretty sus. Let's talk to him. How can you just refuse like that? Please, tell me why you won't take the case. Well, you see, it's just, I'm busy, you see. But the client is Mia Fey's sister. Mia trusted you. She knew her sister would be in good hands. Yes, yes, of course, I know that. However... Oh, dude, this track is so chill. It's so good. However, I'm sorry, but I must refuse. Sorry, goodbye. Creep. Fine. I don't have time to argue with you anyway. I'll go look elsewhere. Think not. Huh? Did you say something? I think not, I said. What do you mean? I'm terribly, terribly sorry. But I'm afraid that no lawyer worth their salt will take on this particular case. Terribly sorry, my boy. Why? I cannot say. I beg your pardon, but could you leave now? I have nothing more to discuss with you. What's going on here? We're gonna keep questioning him. How did you know Mia Fey? She worked here a long time ago. Quite the apprentice, that one. Learned my techniques in the blink of an eye. She left one day quite suddenly. She had a mission, you see. A mission? You could see it in her eyes. She followed it with a burning passion, never looked back, that one. So this is pretty much her mentor. That's quite a painting. Aha, you noticed. It's my pride and joy. Impressive, isn't it? Well, isn't it? The color of the sky, the hue of the sea, the weave of the straw hat. It's worth at least $3 million. I have no intention of parting with it, of course. No, I won't sell it, not even to you. I wasn't interested. $3 million for a painting? Alright, cheeky. It's not for sale. I'm not buying, jeez. Alright, so this guy's not gonna be any help. Nobody's really being any help, huh? Oh, you're back. Did you find the lawyer? Well, what do I tell her? Well, you see, just be honest. I really don't think you should use that guy. He didn't seem healthy. He was all skin and bones. What really happened? You don't mean he refused to help? I see. I've been abandoned then. Uh-oh. What about your family? I only had my sister. My father died when I was very young, and I don't know where my mother is. Don't know? So she still could be alive? The women in my family have been mediums for generations. They say that ESP runs in our blood. About 15 years ago, our family was involved in an incident. There was a man, and he ruined our mother's life. Ruined. After that, she disappeared. Several years after that, my sister announced she would become a lawyer, and she left the mountain. So you live by yourself? Yes, I've gotten used to it. Oh, also, I had to become independent or I would lose my ESP. I feel bad for her all by herself on the mountain. So, who was this man who ruined your mother? About 15 years ago, there was an unusual murder case. It made quite a stir. Everyone was talking about it, apparently. The police were running out of leads, and they were getting desperate. Wait, they didn't use a spirit medium, did they? The police convinced my mother to try and contact the victim. Wow, so what happened? The case was solved, we thought. The man my mother helped the police capture was innocent. The police's consultation with a medium had been carried out in secret, of course, but a man found out about it and leaked it to the press. He told all the papers that my mother was a fraud, and the media jumped on it big time. She, my mother, became the laughingstock of the nation. I see. White. Excuse me? White? That was his name. My sister told me. White. Just a little longer now before the state-appointed lawyer comes, I guess. 4 p.m. Time's up. What should I do? Do I just leave her and go home? I think we're all gonna want to defend her. I've made up my mind. I'm going to defend you whether you want me to or not. Why? Why? Well... red, white, and blue, yeah. What should we say here? 1, 2, or 3? When it's like options like this, you guys don't have to type out the whole message. You can just put 1, 2, or 3. Red, white, and blue. Was it an American flag? Or one of those popsicles that has red, white, and blue? Maybe they're the culprit? I can't abandon you. No one's as sad as a person without any friends. I know, I've been there a long time ago. Why did I become a lawyer in the first place? Because someone has to look out for the people who have no one on their side. Maya, I won't abandon you. You can count on me. That's so kind of you. Let's fight this one and get you out of here. Right, thank you. She smiled at last. She looks like an entirely different person. One last question. You are innocent, right? Yes. And I trust you. So you trust me too, okay? It's a deal. So what next? There's something that's been bugging me. Just what was inside that strange woman's drawer? It was when I tried to look into the drawer that she got all defensive. There has to be something in there. Let's check back in that room, see what's going on. Good afternoon, sir. Excuse me, you are... I beg your pardon, sir. I am the bellboy of this establishment at your service, sir. Alright. I've just come up to deliver room service, sir. Do you know where Miss May might be? I believe our guest, Miss May, is currently using the, facilities. If you've no need of anything, I'll be taking my leave. Please, stay as long as you like. Enjoy. Yeah. Wait, no, hey. Why does it seem like every time I come up here, I end up embarrassing myself? Wait, now's my chance to snoop around a bit. I almost forgot. You came back quick. Might I ask you to inform Miss May that there is a message for her? Please tell her that Mr. White of Blue Corp phoned. Mr. White of Blue Corp. Oh, right. Sure. Mr. White of Blue Corp. Where have I heard that name? White. That was his name. My sister told me. The one that ruined their mother. White, yep. White was the name of the guy who ruined Mia and Maya's mother. Could it be a coincidence? Alright, looks like we can get into that drawer finally. Let's see what's there. There's a screwdriver sticking out of that half-open drawer. Now's my chance to see what's inside. What do we have here? A wiretap. What would a woman like her be doing with a thing like this? Wiretap added to the court record. There's definitely something suspicious about this Miss May. Why would she have something like this in her hotel room? There's a story behind all this, I know it. Alright. I'll be using this bit of evidence in tomorrow's trial, that's for sure. For Maya's sake, I'll get to this woman's bottom. Wait, I mean, you know what I mean. Oh, Bellboy's still there? Uh-oh, time to scram. Look forward to tangoing with you tomorrow, Miss May. In court. To be continued. We're gonna keep going to the next part of this case. It's trial time. The court is now in session for the trial of Miss Maya Fey. Alright, Cheeky, no worries. The prosecution is ready, Your Honor. The defense is ready, Your Honor. Miles Edgeworth. I'd better not show any signs of weakness today, or he'll be on me in an instant. Mr. Edgeworth, please give the court your opening statement. Thank you, Your Honor. The defendant, Miss Maya Fey, was at the scene of the crime. The prosecution has evidence she committed this murder. And we have a witness who saw her do it. The prosecution sees no reason to doubt the facts of this case, Your Honor. I see. Thank you, Mr. Edgeworth. Let's begin then. You may call your first witness. The prosecution calls the chief officer at the scene, Detective Gumshoe. Witness, please state your name and profession to the court. Sir, my name is Dick Gumshoe, sir. I'm the detective in charge of homicides down at the precinct, sir. Detective Gumshoe, please describe for us the details of this murder. Very well, sir. We used this floor map in the office to explain. The body was found by this window here. And the cause of death? Loss of blood due to being struck by a blunt object, sir. The murder weapon was a statue of the thinker found next to the body, sir. It was heavy enough to be a deadly weapon, even in a girl's hands, sir. The court accepts the statue as evidence. They're still calling it a statue. Now, detective. Yes, sir. You immediately arrested Miss Maya Fey, who was found at the scene, correct? Can you tell me why? Yes, sir. I had hard evidence she did it, sir. Detective Gumshoe, please testify to the court about this hard evidence. This is just one of the best songs ever. As soon as the phone call came in, I rushed to the scene. There were 2 people there already. The defendant, Miss Maya Fey, and the lawyer, Mr. Phoenix Wright. I immediately arrested Miss Maya Fey. Why? We had a witness account describing her. The witness saw Miss Maya Fey at the very moment of the murder. Huh. The very moment, you say? Very well, Mr. Wright. You may begin your cross-examination. Yes, Your Honor. Cross-examine what? I couldn't see a single contradiction in that testimony. Whoosh. Smack. Hey, Maya just threw something at me. What's this? When my sister couldn't find any contradictions in a witness's testimony, she would bluff it and press the witness on every detail. The witness always slips up and says something wrong. It worked lots of times. I should have expected Maya to know some of her sister's tricks. Alright, let's give this a try, so we can press their statements for more info. I'd like to begin my cross-examination. As soon as the phone call came, I rushed to the scene. We're gonna press them on everything. Who'd you say you got a call from? Hey pal, don't play dumb. You know who. The call was from a customer at the hotel, or the Gatewater Hotel, right across the crime scene. Okay, I pressed. Not sure it did much though. Right, please continue. So, let's see, we don't need to press this part. What's the sketchy part that you guys see? He's saying, we were both there, that's true. He immediately arrested her. Why? We had a witness. The witness saw at the very moment of the murder. So one of those seems pretty sketchy. Most of this stuff is just facts that we know about. There was a witness describing her. The witness saw Miss Maya Fey. Go ahead, Cross. Let's see how much you remember. What should we press or present on? pressed on this one. Hold on just 1 second. Yeah? If I heard correctly, you said you arrested her because you had hard evidence she did it, correct? Huh? Did I say that? Me? I heard you say it. You did say it. You said it. Exactly what about the suspicious woman in Pink's claim was hard evidence? What? Miss May isn't suspicious, and she sure isn't Pink, pal. Well, I guess she is Pink. That's enough. Detective Gumshoe, do you have any more solid proof other than her claims, Detective? That's not really hard evidence, yeah. I guess pressing can have its advantages. Yes. Sorry, I got the order of things mixed up in my testimony, Your Honor, sir. There was something I should have told you about first, Your Honor. Very well, Detective. Let's hear your testimony again. After securing the suspect, I examined the scene of the crime with my own eyes. I found a memo written on a piece of paper next to the victim's body. On it, the word Maya was written clearly in blood. Lab test results showed that the blood was the victim's. Also, there was blood found on the victim's finger. Before she died, the victim wrote the killer's name. How do you like that? That's my hard evidence. Before we begin cross-examination, I have a question for you, Detective. Why did you testify about this vital piece of evidence in the first time? I know. I'm real embarrassed. I forgot about it, Your Honor, sir. Try to be more careful. Very well. The defense may begin its cross-examination. After securing the suspect, I examined the scene of the crime with my own eyes. Found a memo. The word Maya was written clearly in blood. Lab test results showed that the blood was the victim's. Also, there was blood found on the victim's finger. Before she died, the victim wrote the killer's name. Found something sketchy. Let's take a look at the autopsy. Time of death, 9/5 at 9 p.m. Cause, single blunt force trauma. Death was instantaneous. So according to this, she wouldn't have had a moment to write her name, or her sister's name, right? Detective Gumshoe, there's one thing I want you to clarify for me here. You said that the victim, Mia Fey, wrote this note, that she was accusing the defendant, Maya Fey. That's really what you're saying? What? This isn't one of those lawyer tricks now, is it? Of course she wrote it. Who else could have? You have it backwards, Detective. Backwards? The victim is the only person who absolutely could not have written it. This is a report from your department, Detective. Immediate death due to a blow from a blunt object. She died immediately. But no butting your way out of this one, Detective. The defense has a point. Someone who died immediately wouldn't have the time to write anything down. Mr. Wright, I beg your pardon, but when exactly did you obtain that autopsy report? When? It was the day of the murder, wasn't it? We didn't write an autopsy report until... Oh yeah, the next morning. Gotcha. Prosecution's point being... that autopsy report is outdated, Your Honor. What? The second autopsy was performed yesterday at my request. Death was almost immediate due to a blow from one object. But there is a possibility the victim lived for several minutes after the blow. I received these results this morning. Wow, that's pretty, quite a coincidence. quite easy to imagine the victim did have time to write down Maya. That is all. I see. Damn you, Edgeworth. I should have known you'd have something up your sleeve. Alright, what do we say to Edgeworth? I'm a sham. Yep, he says it's outdated. Yeah, it was the day after. Well, someone's gonna be called a sham, it seems. Crossfighter said too. Detective Gumshoe, you're a sham. How could you give me a faulty report? Huh? I thought... Detective Gumshoe. I'm disappointed in you, handing him the wrong report like that. I'm sorry, sir. You are at fault, Detective. This isn't going to look good on your evaluation next month. What? But, Your Honor, I submit this report to the court. The court accepts the evidence. Autopsy report updated. So now it says that there was time for that. The evidence strongly suggests the victim was identifying the killer. I suppose that's the obvious conclusion, yes? Darn, this isn't good. The prosecution would like to call its next witness. This poor, innocent girl saw the murder with her own eyes. Let the witness, Miss April May, take the stand. Exactly what part of her is innocent? Witness, your name, please. April May, at your service, wink. Order. Introduction should not require any reaction from the crowd. The witness will refrain from wanton winking. Yes, Your Honor. This is not good. She's already captured the heart of every man in the court. Tell us, where were you on the night of September 5th when the murder occurred? Gee, I was, like, in my hotel room. I checked in right after lunch. This hotel is directly across from the Fay & Co. law offices. That's right, big boy. Please testify to the court about what you saw. It was like 9 at night. Yeah, Cross, they're definitely distracted by something. I'm gonna leave it at that. I looked out the window, you know, wink. And then, ooh, I saw a woman with long hair being attacked. The one attacking her was the mousy girl sitting in the defendant's chair. Then the woman, like, dodged to one side and ran away. But that girl, she caught up to her and she hit her. Then the woman with the long hair, she kind of slumped. The end, that's all I saw. Every little bitsy-witsy wink. It is a remarkably solid testimony. I don't see a need to trouble the witness any. Wait, Your Honor. Yes, Mr. Wright? What about my cross-examination? I thought the witness's testimony just now was quite firm, didn't you? Mr. Wright, I understand you were Miss Mia Fey's understudy, were you not? You must know her techniques well. Her cowardly way of finding tiny faults in perfectly good testimonies. Look, how dare you! I'm gonna take a little screenshot of that for later. How dare you? How dare he indeed? We're definitely gonna cross-examine her. Only because I have a feeling Edgeworth doesn't want me to. She has to have some weakness. Very well, you may begin your cross-examination. I think Ayumu found a favorite character. It was like 9 at night, I looked out the window, and ooh, I saw a woman with long hair being attacked. The one attacking her was the mousy girl sitting in the defendant's chair, and the woman like dodged to one side and ran away, but that girl, she caught up to her and she hit her. So let's press her on some of these issues. I'm not going to worry about the time. I saw a woman with long hair being attacked. Usually for these, I just look for the one that doesn't make the most sense, if that makes sense. The most sketchy one. And I actually don't remember every detail of every case, but I think we press here. Because she's saying that she dodged to one side and ran away. She dodged? Dodged what? Well, the attack. Please continue your testimony. Maybe that wasn't it. Let's do this one. How did you know it was my client? Huh? Well, Gee, first of all, she had a girl's physique. And secondly, she was small. Who else could it be but her? She has a point. Oh, I remember. Okay. We're gonna question that testimony. That testimony stinks. What? Miss May, I'm willing to bet that... Because she said she noticed Maya's physique and like size or whatever, but there's something else, right, that you would definitely notice about her first. Are you telling the truth? Did you really see the defendant? Mr. Wright, what's the meaning of this? Yes, what is the meaning? Somebody tell me because I'm clueless. About this, I mean. Okay. Your schedule this week is planned? Awesome. If you had really witnessed my client, Maya Fey, you would have noticed her clothes before noticing her physique, right? Because she has some pretty weird clothing. Another amazing song. No one wears clothes like this on a daily basis, except her. And I'm no expert on fashion, but her hairdo looks far from normal to me. However, the witness's testimony mentions neither of these things. The testimony is bogus. Still, we don't know if she was dressed that way the night of the murder. She was, Your Honor. I saw her, and so did Detective Gumshoe. What do you say to that, Miss May? What are you trying to say, you mean lawyer? I saw what I saw. I just didn't think all the trifling little details were necessary, darling. Miss May, the court would like to remind you to please omit nothing in your testimony. I'm sorry, Your Honor. I'll be a good girl, I promise. Wink, wink. Your testimony again, if you would. Damn, I almost had her. Alright, what's she gonna say now? I did see everything, I did. The victim, the woman, dodged the first attack and ran off to the right. Then the girl in the hippie clothes ran after her. And she hit her with that weapon. I saw it, I did. That clock, the kind of statue-y clock, the thinker, I think? Well, does the accuracy of my report not startle you? I only wish you had been so detailed from the beginning. I know exactly what to do here, but I'm going to see if you guys caught it. And I'll even go to the right message. What's wrong with this message? I'll be right back. You guys think about that. Something really sus about that dialogue right there. Cross, give it a minute, and then you can just say it. We both know what's next, I think. She knows the name of the clock? That's close. She knows the name of it because it's based on a famous statue. So everybody would be like, oh, that looks like the thinker. But there's something a little more specific. Like, not about knowing the name, but why does she know it's... That's all I'm gonna say. She knows something she shouldn't know, right? And this part was kind of explained in the first trial, too. Involving the thinker. Lucy, hello, welcome. How is it going? Hola. Exactly, Cheeky, you got it. How does she know it's a clock? It looks like a statue, right? Looks like a statue, but it's actually a clock. How would she know that? Lucy, good to have you. Objection! We're objecting to some nonsense over here. Miss May, what you said just now was quite revealing. Revealing? Ooh, you'd like that, wouldn't you? Naughty, Mr. Lawyer. It's super hot? Yeah, here too, but I'm sure it's worse over there. You just said that the statue of the thinker was a clock. There's no way of knowing that just by looking at it. Another person in much the same position as you recently called this a clock too, and he was found guilty of murder. I've got my AC on full and my fan on full just on me right now. Order, order. Miss May, can you explain how you know this was a clock? The witness saw the murder with her own eyes. That's all that's important here. The defense is trying to confuse the issue with trivial concerns. Yes, yes, of course. You will withdraw your question, Mr. Wright. But questions are all I have, Your Honor. And as you may recall, I've caught murderers with these questions before. Well, only once. That's okay. I hope everything's going alright. I appreciate you being here now. That's all that counts. Objection sustained. You may continue to question the witness. Whew, that was close. If he stopped me there, the trial would have been over. Would be over. So what happens now? What happens now is you answer my question. How did you know it was a clock? What? That's because I heard it? Yes, I heard it say the time. So you've been to the law offices of Fay & Co. No. Hey, I didn't say that. Why would I go there? I heard from my hotel room. The law offices of Fay & Co. where the murder took place are very close to the hotel. She could easily have heard the clock. Are we satisfied? No, Your Honor. Can't give up now. I'm not satisfied because... So Lucy, what I'm doing with this game is I've beaten these games many times, so I'm letting the chat kind of run the story and make the calls. Murder mystery. So for you guys who saw the beginning, what do you think we should say here? she couldn't have heard it, or it couldn't have rung the clock. Which one makes more sense? One, she couldn't have heard it. You were at the hotel. There's no way you could have heard a clock go off in the building next door. You have proof that she could not? Amateurs. Listen to me, Mr. Wright. In the courtroom, proof is everything. Without it, you have nothing, you are nothing. No, it's okay, you missed the beginning part. That's alright. The story will kind of catch up and unravel. Then I would like to propose a test to see if she really could have heard. The prosecution denies your request. What? On what grounds? This is a trivial matter with no direct bearing on the case at hand. Indeed, objection sustained. Damn, time to switch directions, quick. You ready to proceed, Mr. Wright? No, Your Honor. Can't give up now. Not satisfied because, remember that she took out the batteries and everything, the clockwork, to put the evidence inside the clock, so it couldn't have rung, right? She took out the parts that would make it work. Sneaky. It is inconceivable that the clock in question rang. It's empty, right? That clock is missing its clockwork. How could you possibly? Just have a look as soon as you can. See anything interesting, Your Honor? It is as the defense says. This clock is missing its clockwork, so it couldn't have rung, so she is lying again. There's no way she could have heard it, right? Mr. Wright, would you care to explain to the court the meaning of this? It's as you can see. The clock was empty. It couldn't have rung. Therefore, this witness is a big, fat liar. Uh-oh. Fat? Well, Miss May? Uh-oh. Edgeworth always has something to say. Quite a show you've put on for us, Mr. Wright. He knew the clock was empty. Somehow. He knew. I'm afraid you've forgotten one thing, however. Indeed, the clock is empty. As you say, it can't ring. However, we must ask, when was the clockwork removed? If it was after the witness heard the clock, then there is no contradiction. She is such a liar. That's true, that is a possibility. So right now, guys, think, is there a way we can prove when the clockwork was removed? Mr. Wright, can you prove when the clockwork was removed? Oh, impossible, of course. I have proof. Wasn't it you who told me proof is everything? Well, I was listening. Now I'll show you the proof you like so much. The evidence that proves when the clockwork was removed is... Which one? How can we prove when the clockwork was removed from the clock? Thank you, Cheeky. Yeah, don't forget to like the video if you enjoy. And if you don't like big fat liars like Miss April May. I know someone's gonna get this. It's come up a few times. And Cheeky nails it. The phone conversation that was saved on her phone talks about how the clockwork was removed. Take a look at this. Good job. That's a very cute cell phone. Ooh, you have a girly phone. Thank you, Cross. Wait, this isn't my phone? Listen, this is the defendant's cell phone, and it contains a recording. A recording of a conversation she had with the victim on the day of the murder. Booyah. Order, order. The defendant's cell phone. This wasn't brought to my attention. Perhaps Detective Gumshoe overlooked it? The good detective better remember he's up for evaluation soon. My heart goes out to you, Edgeworth. Not. Let's hear the conversation. So you just want me to hold on to the thinker for you then? If you could. I should probably tell you the clock isn't talking right now. It's not working, that's lame. Had to take out the clockwork. Take the clockwork out, sorry. So a little snippet, but that's all we need. Your Honor, I think this recording makes it clear that the clockwork was already gone. And this was recorded in the morning before the witness even arrived at her hotel. Ooh. Moo. She's about to lose it. Well, Miss May, would you care to explain this to the court? Just how did you know that weapon was a clock? Well, isn't it obvious? I saw that clock before. What store was that again? I go to so many. Oops, I forgot. Wink. So the witness had seen it before. That would make sense. Does the defense have any objections, Mr. Wright? We're gonna have to say yes. The witness claims she had seen it before, but this directly contradicts a piece of evidence already submitted to the court. Let's see it. Please produce this evidence that would prove the witness had not seen the clock before. How can we prove that this was not just some clock she could see in a store? Well, let's look at the clock. Clock in the form of a statue, the clock's gears have been removed. Made by Larry Butts. So Larry made the clock. It's one of a kind or two of a kind, right? So she could not have seen that in a store. This clock was never in any store ever. What? A friend of mine made that clock. Only two exist in the world, and the one that isn't here in police custody. Impossible. Everything is sold in stores. Miss May, I think it's high time you went shopping for a better excuse. Oh, snap! Oh, excuses are... excuses not on sale today? Oh... Whoa... Oh, look at that! What's it to you, porcupine head? That stupid clock doesn't matter, okay? She did it, and she should die for it. Die! Well, she kinda lost her cool. Whoa, let's not get ahead of ourselves. This is a court of law, and the witness will remain calm. Oh? Oh. Silly me. Did I, like, lose it? I guess I did. Wink. Scary. Miss May, let me ask. Tell me, how did you know the weapon was a clock? Uh-oh, she does not look happy. She's very angry. A big thing about these games are when people get caught lying and they kind of freak out. The last trial, we had somebody throw their toupee at the lawyer that we play, and it just hit him in the face. Does the defense have an opinion on this behavior? Okay, this is it. Yes, Your Honor. Allow me to explain how I see the truth of the matter. Miss April May, you knew the weapon was a clock because... Alright, which one, guys? One or two? Do we think she held it, or she heard about it? once again I'm going to say it, I love the music in this game so much. We found something in her drawer at the hotel, remember? What did we find? She heard about it. Let's see. The witness had never held the clock in her hand. However, she had heard that it was a clock. She heard... Let's see if this one's right. That is correct, Your Honor. There is no other way she could have known the thinker was a clock. That's okay, Lucy. I appreciate you taking part. I can show you the proof. Well, this is interesting. Let's see it then. Show me the evidence proving that the witness had heard the murder weapon was a clock. So, just based off of these icons, I mean, it's not going to be the glass shards or the cell phone. Wrong again. That's okay. I've played these games like 3 times and I still get stuff wrong once in a while, so don't even worry about it. You weren't here for this part, but we found a wiretap in this woman's drawer at her hotel room. So this is definitely how she heard about it. Have a look at this. Ooh. I found this in Miss May's room. Mr. Wright, please explain to the court what this is. Miss April May, you were tapping the victim. Miss Mia Faye's phone, were you not? Ooh. This is irrelevant. How would he say this is irrelevant? I'm not entirely sure that it is. There we go. It troubles me that our witness was in possession of a wiretap. This is outrageous. Does the defense truly claim that the witness was tapping her phone? Absolutely. Even if that was the case, which is not, you still have to prove one thing. Did the victim ever say the weapon was a clock on the phone? Can you prove that? I think not. Oh yeah? I think I can. It's simple. What? Here's my proof. Proof that the victim said on the phone that the weapon was a clock is... What do we show here? Proof that the victim said on the phone that the weapon was a clock. And then this ties everything together. Which one of these items? You got it once, cheeky. Don't think about it too hard. It's something we already kind of went over. We're just like reinforcing it. The phone again with the conversation where they talk about it, right? I present the defendant's cell phone. Yes, we've seen that. Listen once more to the conversation between the defendant and the victim. You haven't called in a while. No say. Well, actually, there's something I want you to hold on for me. Again, what's it this time? It's a clock. It's made to look like that statue, the thinker, and it tells you the time. Again, that's a little snippet of the conversation, but that's all we need. Miss April May. You used a wiretap to listen to this conversation. That's how you knew the thinker was a clock. Am I wrong? Your Honor, this is ridiculous. Your Honor, look at the defendant's, or the witness's face. Does she seem amused to you? The defense demands an answer. Uh-oh. Witness, answer the question. Did you tap her phone? Miss May. Shut up, all of you. What gives you the right to talk to me like that? You lawyer. Uh-oh. It's no fair, all of you ganging up on me like that. Oh, so I'm the bad girl, is that it? Is that it? That did it. The court's seen the real Miss April May now. Now to deal a final blow. Alright, should we ask about the wiretap, or should we accuse her of murder? Or accuse her of wiretapping? I guess, should we accuse her or question her? Uno or dos? I'm pretty sure there's no wrong answer here, so... Cross says 2. Why the wiretap? Why did you tap her phone? Answer the question. Do I have to? Isn't this a murder trial? Isn't tippity tapping irrelevant? She's saying exactly what Edgeworth wants her to say. Miss May, you were tapping the victim's phone. I hardly call that irrelevant. While this court does not condone the defense's tone of speech, he has a point. Well, Miss May, do you have an explanation for the court? Can you prove you had nothing to do with this murder, even though you tapped her phone? I'd like to see her pull that off. Mr. Lawyer, I saw that evil grin. You were probably thinking, I'd like to see her pull that off, weren't you? Damn, she's good. Well, you're not the first man who's thought that, and of course, I can and I will. You can't be serious, no way. Way, I say. Oh, and I assure you, I'm serious, Mr. Lawyer. Okay, so the killing happened around 9 at night? Why, that's just when I was getting room service from that sweet bellboy. Room service. Iced coffee, I believe it was? Iced coffee, you know, like normal coffee, but cold. If you don't drink it quick, the ice melts and then you have regular cold coffee. Iced coffee? Think I'm making this up? Ask the bellboy. The witness was not on the scene at the time of the murder. Hmm. So where does that leave us? It is my great displeasure to inform you that the witness appears to have been tapping the victim's telephone. However, that is a separate crime with no bearing on the current case whatsoever. Her testimony stands. She saw the witness, Maya Fey, commit murder. No, they're going to just let her walk away? There's no way I can win this unless I tie Miss May to the murder somehow. Well, does the defense have anything to say? What should we do? Call the bellboy as a witness, continue examining Miss May. Even this, like, tense music is amazing. Shiki says, call the bellboy. The defense would like to call the hotel bellboy as a witness. There's something suspicious there, and I'm going to get to the bottom of it. I think you've sunken quite low enough already. I object to calling the bellboy. Why? What's your reason? Because I hold that the wiretapping had nothing to do with the killing. However, if you agree to one condition, I'll consent to calling this witness. Condition? If Miss April May's alibi is not called into question after you examine the bellboy, then you will recognize that Miss April May was not the killer, thus she is innocent. Therefore, you must accept the verdict of guilty for Miss Maya Fey. That is my condition. Better find something suspicious in that bellboy's testimony, otherwise Maya will be declared guilty on the spot. What should I do? Well, we're not going to give up, obviously, so we're going to accept that. Got nothing to lose except for, well, everything. Understood, I accept your condition. Fool, you fell right into my trap. Uh-oh. Very well. The court calls the hotel bellboy to the stand. I believe we're ready for the witness to testify. He certainly does look like a bellboy. He even brought the tea. Yes, sir. I received your summons in the middle of work, sir. I'm happy to be of service. That tea set looks rather heavy, so without further ado, the witness may begin his testimony. Very good, sir. Alright, let's hear about the room service. I am the head bellboy at the fine Gatewater Hotel in business for 4 generations. I believe I received a call after 8 in the evening from our guest, Miss May. She asked for an iced coffee to be brought to her at 9 on the dot, sir. I brought it to her at precisely the requested time, of course, and I delivered the iced coffee to our guest, Miss May herself. Right crossed, I never asked for his name. We'll call him Darren. That's the name we always go to. Darren with 2 R's, the bellboy. I see the defense may begin its cross-examination. Right, I'm ready, I hope. Alright, Lucy, thanks for hanging out. It's awesome to see you here. See you next time. Have a good one. The hotel is Watergate like the Watergate scandal? Yes, it is. Take care. If I can't prove Miss May was involved with the murder now, Maya will be finished. Miss May's room service. Alright. I am the head bellboy at the fine Gatewater Hotel. She asked for an iced coffee to be brought to her at 9 on the dot, sir. Darren. And he delivered it to her personally. So let's press on this one. I don't remember exactly. You are sure it was Miss April May herself? Absolutely, sir. Absolutely. Yes, sir. As in, so very absolutely, sir. It's an endearing mannerism of mine. How come you're so very certain? Oh, look at his face. Well, when I brought the room service, sir, the guest, sir, favored me with a, is it embraser? Embraser? Is that French for embrace? It's French for kiss, sir. But not a French kiss, sir. More of a peck on the cheek. Why would she have done that? I believe perhaps she was momentarily swayed by my prim demeanor, sir. It was a moment I shall never, ever forget. Sounds pretty fishy to me. I think our Miss May was up to something and wanted the bellboy to remember her. He said 8, but she said 9. Let's see. That is correct. He said, I believe I received a call after 8. We could press that. Are you sure it was Miss May on the phone? Absolutely, sir. He has a crush on April May? Yeah, I think so. But he didn't see her reaction in the court, I don't think, so he might think differently if he had. How can you be so certain? I checked Miss May in personally, sir. Not only did I see her in all her stunning radiance, but I also heard her voice. And then I saw them, and I... Wow. I'm not gonna go into detail on that, but he saw them. The point being, I remembered her quite well, sir. Wow, this guy's a dog. Yes, what then? It's no good. There's nothing there. Is that it? Finally, you understand. This bellboy has absolutely no reason to lie. Now, if you have any decency, you will end this rather tedious cross-examination here. Cheeky. Yeah, this game is a little adult sometimes, but it's got murders and stuff. It can have that stuff too. It was a bit tedious. The witness may leave the stand. I can't let this happen, can I? Again, give up is never an option, so we're going to test. Cross like that, of course. Wait, please wait. Yes, does the defense have something to add? One last question. Let me ask one last question. The girls, right, you know? The girls. Your Honor, I must object. The charade of justice has gone on long enough. Now, Mr. Edgeworth. Alright, Mr. Wright. I'll give you one more question, that's all. Okay. This is really it now. This is my last chance. He saw the girls. Alright. I'm pretty sure if we say the wrong thing, it's a game over, so I'm gonna let you guys post what you think the answer is, and then we'll see who gets it. So I'll let everybody throw an answer in. What should we really focus on? There's something pretty fishy. Remember what was in her room, besides the wiretap? What else was there that we saw? Cheeky says check in. See if anybody else wants to make a guess. Two glasses with the wine. It looked like it was probably wine that was in a bottle. Glass bottle. were 2 glasses there, right? I don't think the bellboy was drinking with her. He wishes, right? Alright, if that's the only guess, we'll go with check-in. Tell me about check-in. Tell me about when you checked in, Miss May. Oh, alright, very well, sir. My first thought was that she was a beautiful, beautiful person. She's just my type of girl, so it was a disappointment, really. I see. Excuse me, what exactly was a disappointment? Well, I am not without charm, sir, but even I'd had very little chance with her lover there. What did he say? What did you say? Rather, quite. Bellboy, tell us the truth now. Did Miss May check in with another person? I object. That was objectionable. That's a horrible, yeah. The witness will answer the question. Yes, I see. Why did you not mention this in your testimony? Well, sir, you didn't ask. Nice try. That's the sort of thing you're normally supposed to mention. Yes, quite, indeed. It was the, good barrister there, Mr. Edgeworth, who... He asked me not to mention it if it wasn't specifically asked, sir, so Edgeworth tried to hush him up. Ooh, and he got revealed. You fool. Ooh. Busted. I've done it. I've won. Miss April May checked into a twin room with a man. Correct? Yes, sir. Then, when you brought them room service, you didn't see the man in the room? That's right, sir. He's very good at his job, Cheeky. So, while all that was going on, the man was not around. Your Honor, we have just learned of another person involved who may have been the murderer. In this new light, I hold that it's impossible to judge the defendant. You agree, Mr. Edgeworth? Who is this other person? Simple, it was... It wasn't Miss April May. Do we think it was the bellboy, or do we think it was somebody else? The bellboy said she had showed up with her lover, and he was jealous. So it's process elimination. The man with Miss May. The man who checked in with Miss May. Uh-oh. Your Honor. As has been previously revealed, Miss April May was tapping the victim's phone. Yet Miss May herself was an alibi at the time of the murder. Has an alibi. However, that does not clear the man that was with her. The bellboy saw no one else in the room at the time of the murder. What a convenient setup, but it's too late. Too late? I suppose you'd like it if it was too late, wouldn't you? After all, it was you who hid the presence of the other man from this court. Upstart, amateur. These accusations are ludicrous. Enough. The court acknowledges the defense's argument. I expect the prosecution and defense to look into this matter fully. Am I understood? Yes. Yes, Your Honor. That is all today for the trial of Maya Fey. Court is adjourned. Mr. Wright, you were amazing in there. Really? I think I might be your newest fan. Oh, I was just doing my job, you know. Then again, that other attorney was pretty cool too. Huh? That face of his, with his eyes wide and trembling lips, it sent shivers up my spine. If you say so. So what happens with me? Do I get to go home now? Well, no. I don't think so, not yet. Oh, I see. But I got a great lead in today's trial. A lead? That man with Miss May. He's the key. Oh, I get it. What happened to Miss May after that anyway? I heard they arrested her. I guess she's learning her charms won't work every time. She's probably at the detention center now. I may have to go down there later. Anyway, this case is far from closed. Yes, sir. I'm going to find out more about this man. Do you think he was the one who... Maybe so. Sis. Don't worry, I'll find him by tomorrow, I promise. I'm counting on you. I asked for a full record of April May's testimony. I thought it might come in handy during the trial tomorrow. But now that I have it, I'm not so sure. Most of her testimony was all lies. In fact, there's only one part that got left on the record. I don't know how much good this will do me at all now. Anyway, time to hit the pavement and do some investigating. Maya doesn't belong in the detention center, and it's up to me to get her free. To be continued. Definitely gonna save, and we'll probably end off here. That was half of this case. Usually with these games, there's like investigation and questioning, and then a trial, and then another investigation, and then the trial resumes, depending on the case. Some of them go for a very long time, but this one is halfway through, so we'll finish off the other half Tuesday, because tomorrow is Fire Emblem. But, yeah. Yeah, the first one was really just a tutorial to show you how to do the court stuff, but all the other cases are very interesting. And I'm glad you guys are enjoying this case and getting into it. We'll continue and figure this all out. And the next stream we do this game should be the conclusion of this case, and then we'll see how we feel about continuing this game. Thank you, Cross. Thank you, Ayumu. Thanks for joining. I'm glad you guys are enjoying it. This is one of my favorite series of all time. And I definitely like sharing it with you guys, especially the ones that don't know all the answers, so you get to experience it for the first time. And I'm jealous because I've experienced it, so I know everything, but it's still fun to see. Thank you, Cheeky. We will stream tomorrow. I'll let you guys know what time. We'll continue Fire Emblem, and my boy Heath is pretty OP. We'll see what happens in that. That story's picking up quite a bit, too. With the prince's coming-of-age ceremony and the politics there between the king and the queen. Some very interesting stuff to come. But that's it for today. Thank you for joining. Had a blast. And I will see you all next time. Take care, and good night.